Stewart is the lone setback. On first down, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Well, with this Chiefs D, we saw a little bit of the yin and the yang that can happen in the NFL. You know, week 3, 8 turnovers against the Jets, and then that week 4 game against Pittsburgh, no turnovers. They gave up 43 points.
There's a correlation there, isn't there? All right, because they exist and feed off of taking the ball away from the other team. And just as you mentioned, taking it away 8 times against the Jets, almost like they ran through their quota in that game, and it came a cropper against Pittsburgh.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Here's Newton now on 2nd. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tomahawk coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. Call it a pickup of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And the D looking like they may blitz. And now a carry here for the fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They will go for it. Now Newton gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Give him 14 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Stewart on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
But we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Third and long, it's Newton. And that is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And 4th down coming up.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Smith on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Oh, Travis Kelce unable to pull it in. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
And on 2nd and 10 now. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Startulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he's got his man. That's Maclin. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now it's Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Just beating the play clock. Smith. Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Maclin. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 36 yards.
Terrific catch there by Jeremy Maclin. Harkens back to his days as a Missouri Tiger, where they used him almost like a wingback. You know, he would catch passes, they'd hand it to him on running plays. You can see that great ability once the ball's in his hands.
Yeah, so great in space, and a 2-time All-American back in those days as a Tiger at Missouri. On the run, it's Charles. This Carolina defense, they ran into a buzzsaw in Week 4 where the Falcons put up 48 points. And, you know, Falcons offense is good, but it just doesn't look like the same Carolina defense we saw last year.
The dominant defense that you're talking about from 2015, that pressure from KK Short and Coney Ealy up front. How about Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis Jr. at the linebacker spot? I'm not sure there's a better tandem. And maybe they're missing someone in the secondary named Josh Norman.
By the way, one final note from that game. The 571 yards the Falcons had, the most a Panthers team has ever given up. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. And this is going to be incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
So it's 4th down, and the Chiefs called on their kicker, Cairo Santos, for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, but there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And, wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You know, Charles, just looking over some of my notes. Last week we talked about the lightning delay that Tampa had. They had another one this past week. Of course, it's hurricane season in the Sunshine State. A lot of rain around those parts.
And I actually talked with some teams that have Tampa on the schedule where they have to go there. And they've said that they're now starting to incorporate in their practices delays and see how teams handle it. So they practice, they put a delay in when they're getting ready to play Tampa, and then come back out and try and make sure they have the right mindset and doing the right things in the delay so they're ready to go, because they've seen it happen a couple of times now. They don't want it to happen to them.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And a nice gain of 21 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Stewart is the lone setback. Newton on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And now a first down following that long gain. Just beating the play clock is Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And now it's second down.
Partner, was that Justin Houston breaking up a pass on his own drop there?
It was indeed the former Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, normally what we talk about with him, rushing the passer. That's where he's really earned his reputation. But showing here he can be a complete player with that great speed of his.
Second and 10, Newton again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Smith now to throw. Looking for the out route. It's complete to Macklin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's Smith, and unsuccessful there trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up third down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jeremy Macklin, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
3 yards remaining here on second down. Stewart is the lone setback. On second down, here's Newton. Flush to his right, on the run, and that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Tomahali. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here comes Kansas City. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
After the interception, here's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, first and goal. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. Defense showing blitz. Newton gives off to Stewart. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal, and the offense moving quickly to the line. Good play here. Third down and goal from the 2. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
Okay, offense, you've gotten down close, but it's still just the second quarter. I say take the 3 points. Plenty of game left to play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gano's kick is right through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Niall Davis. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's complete to Chris Conley. 23 yards on the play. And quickly they get to the line. A first down carry here for Charles. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Kelsey out in the slot right. And the wideout in motion. And the play clock's running down. Just beating the play clock. Smith. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Macklin. That one goes for 24 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They pitch it to Charles. Room here to run. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. So now it's 1st and goal. Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So the D-line's going to spread out. On second down, they run with Stewart. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Cam fighting, he lost the football, it's out. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Andy Lee now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Here's Smith. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Back to throw, Smith. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Under. He's checking. Crash. 3. Check the backer. Over. 3. Force. Out.
On 4th down, Smith. And this is caught. He hits Macklin. They'll give him 8 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On 1st and 10, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So 2nd and 10 here. Charles the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. A quick hitter to Sherman, the fullback. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stuffed the run. I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and it's expected him to pick up a first.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. They run it. It's Charles. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Anthony Sherman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
That's it. 180. Mike, check. 59. Watch the twist.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll be a Carolina 1st. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Newton. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Ready? 180. Watch the pass. Bring a sack. Watch twist. Watch twist. Check.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And got his man complete. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Justin Houston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Stewart is the lone setback. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Newton on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Check 43.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd down, the ball. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a play fake here on first down. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 23 yards on the play.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
On second down, Jamal Charles. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Smith. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out here in the eye. Smith going to throw it. That is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they? They
certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Macklin. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. now. Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They'll get 23 yards there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. Smith will hand it off here to Charles. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Another shot here for Charles. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time, spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Kansas City.
Let's hit the post-game tailgates and grab some of that barbecue.
Yeah, BBQ.